since the dawn of betting. Now can be enjoyed with any snack, sweet or salty. With this invention there is squat that is faulty. I look at my creation and I proudly wave my victory flag. It's like someone eating nuts, cause I just made the tea bag. The year is 1906, a more uncivilized time, where tea leaves were just infesting everywhere. The issue presenting itself was the leaves getting everywhere. Frustration of wanting to drink made it so unfair. All I want to do is enjoy the tasty water. Getting leaves in your teeth turns it to an enjoyment slaughter. Need someone to come along and fix this heinous plot. Then I thought, that's me, I'm a genius on the spot. I need to cleanly move the leaves from point A to B. I need a contraption for this. Who's a genius? It's me. I'll get a piece of fabric attached to a string. You see what's back in my step? That's right, the spring. The leaves give the flavor without the feel of spreading. Now this is the greatest invention since the dawn of betting. Now it can be enjoyed with any snack, sweet or salty. With this invention there is squat that is faulty. I look at my creation and I proudly wave my victory flag. It's like someone eating nuts, cause I just made the tea bag. The year is 1906, a more uncivilized time, where tea leaves were just infesting everywhere. The issue presenting itself was the leaves getting everywhere. Frustration of wanting to drink made it so unfair. All I want to do is enjoy the tasty water. Getting leaves in your teeth turns it to an enjoyment slaughter. Need someone to come along and fix this heinous plot. Then I thought, that's me, I'm a genius on the spot. I need to cleanly move the leaves from point A to B. I need a contraption for this. Who's a genius? It's me. I'll get a piece of fabric attached to a string. You see what's back in my step? That's right, the spring. The leaves give the flavor without the feel of spreading. Now this is the greatest invention since the dawn of betting. Now it can be enjoyed with any snack, sweet or salty. With this invention there is squat that is faulty. I look at my creation and I proudly wave my victory flag. It's like someone eating nuts, cause I just made the tea bag. The year is 1906, a more uncivilized time, where tea leaves were just infesting everywhere. The issue presenting itself was the leaves getting everywhere. Frustration of wanting to drink made it so unfair. All I want to do is enjoy the tasty water. Getting leaves in your teeth turns it to an enjoyment slaughter. Need someone to come along and fix this heinous plot. Then I thought, that's me, I'm a genius on the spot. I need to cleanly move the leaves from point A to B. I need a contraption for this. Who's a genius? It's me. I'll get a piece of fabric attached to a string. You see what's back in my step? That's right, the spring. The leaves give the flavor without the feel of spreading. Now this is the greatest invention since the dawn of betting. Now it can be enjoyed with any snack, sweet or salty. With this invention there is squat that is faulty. I look at my creation and I proudly wave my victory flag. It's like someone eating nuts, cause I just made the tea bag. The year is 1906, a more uncivilized time, where tea leaves were just infesting everywhere. The issue presenting itself was the leaves getting everywhere. Frustration of wanting to drink made it so unfair. All I want to do is enjoy the tasty water. Getting leaves in your teeth turns it to an enjoyment slaughter. Need someone to come along and fix this heinous plot. Then I thought, that's me, I'm a genius on the spot. I need to cleanly move the leaves from point A to B. I need a contraption for this. Who's a genius? It's me. I'll get a piece of fabric attached to a string. You see what's back in my step? That's right, the spring. The leaves give the flavor without the feel of spreading. Now this is the greatest invention since the dawn of betting. Now it can be enjoyed with any snack, sweet or salty. With this invention there is squat that is faulty. I look at my creation and I proudly wave my victory flag. It's like someone eating nuts, cause I just made the tea bag.
Hi. I have my new shirt on, so I'm very excited today. So, yay. I'm very nervous because I don't want to upset anyone with the content. I'm just trying to open up files and stuff now. Also, I spelt cruel wrong in my files, which is fun. I would understand as well. Yeah, like, it is a very dark topic, but as I say, my whole point of this is to educate. It is an unsolved case, so it is like, yeah. Hey! Thank you, Peter. I really appreciate it. It's an unsolved case. It's very important. You know, why don't file names have spell check too? Yeah, exactly. I've learnt during this, my hair is atrocious today. Sorry. I've learnt today how to spell cruel. So, learning for everyone. I'm such a dickhead. But yeah, I forgot to pour my tea. Sorry, guys. I'm a mess today. It is an important case to cover. It's unsolved. It is probably one of the biggest cases in Australia that is unsolved. Thank you, Ali. Yes, we still have that. We've got 2 weeks to go for that. I need to find a new charity after it. But yeah, I'll also, something very exciting about, yes, I guess, I don't really find this tea. This is, yeah. But very exciting about this case is there's an FBI file on it. Which I got so excited doing research through an FBI file. You don't understand. Reading a criminology profile on a predator who has not been caught is the most exciting thing I've ever done. And I actually have the PDF file on the what to look out for. Yeah, declassified criminology profile on what to look out for in this person, and it's so interesting. And I just got, you should see my husband, he came in, he's like, it's so good to see you so excited about something. I'm like, look at this is so cool. And I got so excited. It's so bad that I'm so excited about a criminology profile. Because the thing is about profiling, like, people are like, oh, I hate profiling, blah, blah, blah. But FBI profiling, yes, thank you, Ali, is the most fascinating and interesting thing, because they get it so dead on that it's like, yippee! Oh, dragon, thank you so much. Go on, have some tea. It's very hot, sorry. No, but it's just it's just homies. I should have a homies one. Sorry, Peter, I will get that. Yeah, absolutely. I should make one of those. I just keep making things. I've got so many commands that it's insane. Yeah, I would love that. But like, I'm so lost of thought. I know, the wife command's great. I just want, like, all the people who I have in my bot that I just automatically promote, I would like to have in my homies, which is just so many people, actually. But still, yeah, I need a full document like Peter, actually. I think I have like 80 commands. Oh, I forgot my shirt. Oh, we're halfway there. Whoa, lemon on a pear. Hey, criminology channel. Yes, I will get started on that. Yes, the shirt is perfect. I'm a little bit of a dick when I start my streams. I'm sorry, I'm Crim, but I will be doing my crime thing. I got very excited about finding an FBI document, so I got very distracted. I do Criminology Monday once every 2 weeks. I'm a criminology student, so yeah, I get very interested in doing it very like analytically. But yes, I am a criminal. But this week I am not as like, I haven't gone as deep as I usually would. Like, I haven't looked into the laws. I haven't looked into as much as I would, because I'll be honest, I haven't had the best week. She studies criminology too. Yes, exactly. I graduated from crim. Yes, I love it. I'm from Australia. I'm in my second year currently. 3 years for us. Where are you from? Yeah, we do 3 years. Because of COVID, it's slowed down my studying because I am 4 years. Oh, okay. It slowed down my studying because I am a disabled studier. I have disabled studier. I'm so smart. Yeah, but I study. What the hell? It's the same color as my tea. It was underneath my teacup. Yeah, no, I have cognitive issues, as you can tell, that I keep switching from topic to topic like that. Yes, across the pond. But yeah, I find that I do not. Okay, I don't go to class very often. This is true because it's online. I do not study online very well. I do not encourage it. I'm currently doing victimology, and I don't know, it's just that it's very hard for me as someone who has. Yes, online classes suck. And as someone who also has noise. Noise. No, as someone who has gone through some stuff and is classified as a victim, I prefer to call myself a survivor. I do not like the way that some people in my class talk about me, like my stuff. So I do not like to go to classes because, yeah, I just don't like the way some people talk about it. That's just a personal thing. I learn myself, but yeah, it's not nice. Having people say that people, it's just, it's yucky. Like, I'm fine talking about things that happen, but I don't like other people talking about my experiences like they understand it. And it's just that's just a personal thing. Like, there's a lot of people who completely understand my experiences, and I find listening to them talk about it, but when someone else talks about it and downgrades it like it's nothing is very rough. That's all. I don't really talk. I kind of brush over what I've been through. It's a weird thing, but that's just a thing. I can go straight into my slides are very rough. I like to give credit where credit's due. Bit of an issue here as well. I'm lucky to mostly have exposure to classmates who have respect for survivors and their experiences. Yeah, well, the thing with my classes is that they're mixed with people who study criminology and people who study law. And a lot of law students also respect survivors. But there are those very rare law students who are a lot older and have a different idea of how you are supposed to, like, I don't know how to explain it, but they have like this idea of like how life is supposed to be, and it's not very cut and dry like that. Like, if you've gone through something, you go to the police and it's just solved, and that's not exactly how it works. In my experiences, I've gone through 3 different experiences, and none of them have been solved through the court system. So it doesn't work that way. It would be lovely to have it work that way. And this is why I'm doing it, to fight for that to happen. But yeah, it doesn't work that cut and dry. It's like, if that happened to you, why didn't you go to the police? It's like, well, because then I'll be treated like I'm I get questioned. I get like, yeah, my brain goes do do do. Yeah, me too. Constantly. But yeah, if you ever want to look into these kinds of, yeah, that's what I'm learning about. Secondary victimization, which I'm just learning about, which I did not realize was a thing and something that I've gone through a lot. Yeah, all that kind of stuff. Re-victimization. Something that I'm currently learning about is all that, and it's very fascinating to learn about. Got my tea. It's very nice. Ali. But with this whole case, look into the bottom one. Recycle. There's actually a really good person who researches this very thoroughly, and Melbourne Marvels. And he's just he, they, she. I'm pretty sure it is a he or a they. But they thoroughly investigate this case to a point where they have connected other cases and other things to this person. And I am not at that level. I highly recommend, but one of the comments on this site actually pointed out something that the FBI overlooked, which I highly recommend, that Chris Bennett's comment about, yeah, like I've pulled things from this person. So a lot of my things have been pulled from this person and other links in here. So all credit goes to these people. I have definitely done a lazy investigation in this one. Definitely done it lazy. I say investigation, but I don't really investigate anything. I try to just educate, laws, all that stuff. But this guy's very much done a lot. Yeah. So, again, content warning. I say child abuse, but... Thanks, Ali. I say child abuse, but it is molestation, rape of children. Me, sunshine and wholesome. Okay. But yeah, this is a very dark topic, but it is very important. And at the end of the stream, if you have any information regarding this, I will send you to the appropriate people to talk to. This is an Australian case, as they usually are. Peter. No. That baby used to give me nightmares, I'm just saying. Oh God. Anyway. But God, my nose ring's itching today. I'm marking students, that's right. Ask and you shall everything. Oh my God, Jazz. That's gonna become another fucking emote. But then I always forget how distracted I get. So yeah, this one's very like, oh, I forgot to open up my PDF file. Google's how to Photoshop. Awesome. There's my PDF. There it is. So let's get into the good stuff. And by good stuff, I mean terrible stuff. Step 1, download. Can I say that word on stream? I don't know. I don't know the rules. I know that it's a thing, but I also know that it's another thing. Yeah, I know. But, like, you know what I mean. You know what I mean. Okay. First of all, step one. This terrifying thing. This terrifying thing is the mask that he used to wear when he used to break into people's houses. Yeah, he used to break into people's houses and wear that fucking thing. So let's just start off with that. Okay, so he's been wanted since 1987. You're welcome. Yeah, I need to start to make people realize that this is a very serious matter. Yeah, Jazz. He's a serial pedophile, rapist, and had the people of Melbourne terrified. God damn it, Ali. Alright, let's get into it by freaking you all out. Good. Yes! It was a very terrifying time. Okay. This is how I want you all to imagine it. In America, there was the Golden State Killer. I'm forever cursed. You should be forever cursed. There was the Golden State Killer. They compare the Golden State Killer to this guy, and they think he's this, like, they've got this theory that they're the same person. Don't know why. There's no reason why, but they've got this theory he's the same person. But that's how scary it was at this time, that the way that people were in fear over there is the way that people in Melbourne were in fear because of this guy. Doppelgangers, exactly. Hi, Charles! So, they were twins separated at birth. They were as scary as each other. So that's like the whole thing. It's just, they had their area in fear. They were breaking into people's houses, which is terrifying. And I'm trying to scare everyone, really, personally. I think they're all terrified. I think I'm doing my job properly. So, I think that. So, now that you're all good scared, you've seen the mask, cool. On to the next one. Let's talk about it. So, 22nd of August, 1985. So this is something that's like very described in the FBI files everywhere, that these attacks were all done in school holidays. What I've researched into is someone pointed out in some comments. Yes, I've gone down the Reddit rabbit hole, and the this Melbourne Marvels rabbit hole, that there is an argument on whether or not these were done in holidays. I actually had to look up whether or not it was done in school holidays because of this, and had to find a website on when the school holidays were done in each year. And on the 22nd of August in 1987, it was middle of term 3. So term 3 was between, God damn it. Middle of term 3 it was between the 13th of July and the 28th of September. So this was actually during school. So it wasn't in the holidays at all. And this was the first attack which has been attributed to him. So it was in Lower Plenty. This is all in Melbourne, Peter, so you're gonna get a little bit shooketh. So this was in Lower Plenty. This happened to an 11-year-old girl. So her name has not been outed, because the reason why other names have been outed is because when there is an abduction, there's an Amber Alert being released. Because she was never taken from the house, she doesn't have an Amber Alert, and I prefer it that way. If you are a victim of assault, rape, all that kind of stuff, it's better that, you know, your name's not released. It's better that you have the choice to have your story released and all that kind of stuff. So her name's not released, it's just 11-year-old daughter. So because there was no Amber Alert, her name's never released to the public. Good. So what happened? Mr. Cruel was armed with a knife and a gun. This is a very common thing that he does. He's always got a knife, gun. He broke into the family home. He removed a pane of glass from the lounge room window. He ties up the parents. He forces them on their stomachs. He ties them in the hands and feet, and he locks them in the wardrobe. He then goes to the 7-year-old son, and he ties him to the bed. He then... We'll just quickly brush over. He then abuses their 11-year-old daughter. He then makes her brush her teeth. He like always made sure that they were like clean after it, like made sure there was no traces of evidence. So that was interesting. Not interesting, but like, because there was like, this is something that also you have to relate to the Cruel dude. Something that like you relate to the Golden State Killer, who was found out later. That was some thinking ahead for him. You could say it was OCD, but when he what's the word? Accelerates, or like when he gets further along, when he starts abducting, he gets like, he picks it up a bit with the cleaning, and it's less OCD and more, I want to make sure there's no forensics. And that's when you go, yeah, you're thinking ahead. And that's when you go, hang on, how do you know about forensics? And this is something that you go, this is very in line with the Golden State Killer. And this is why they go. So that's very odd. But at the same time, it's the FBI have connected him with a type of job. So how does he know this stuff? It's interesting, to say the least. But when he was in the room with the girl, do we know if he ended up being diagnosed with psychopathy? The thing is, this is an unsolved case. We don't know anything about this guy. We just know what the criminal profiling from the FBI is. I've got the unsealed document from the FBI. They've released it to the public. They released it in 1994 after the last case happened, because it was... Renfort, did you have that time when you messaged? No. They also had another file released that was leaked, and it had the 7 top suspects. But again, I don't like to release the 7 top suspects because that muddies the water. Because if you have information, I don't want people to go, oh, well, because my information isn't about, okay, thanks, Charles, because that information isn't about the 7 people, then I'm not going to give it to you. I think that all information is important. Even if it isn't about those 7 people, still hand it in. It's always important, no matter what it is. Even if it's the slightest little thing, even if it's like, this might be nothing, still do it. Anyway, I'll get back in. So when she was in the same room as him, he made a phone call. And girl said the perpetrator made a phone call to someone saying, "Move the children or they're next, bozo." This is very important. It's in the FBI document. There are certain words that he used which are very odd, and I'll get to that when I get to the FBI document. But he used certain words that not a lot of people use. So it's very interesting. The police checked the records and there was no phone call made. Also, he cut the phone lines. He made off with a record collection and a coat. Which, as we've known, sometimes perpetrators do that. They just take random things because souvenirs, just cause they can. Like, it's very common. Okay. Also, with the reward, it's now up to $1 million if you've got any information. Repurpose for later use, exactly. With the reward, though, if you got information that leads to an arrest, it's up to $1 million. I've seen 2 different numbers. It's $1 million to $1,200,000. Mixed numbers. The media is a bit all over the place with this case. I don't know what the actual information is sometimes. You've just kind of going with what it is. So the next one is the 27th of December, 1988. So we've got a whole, I think it's 18 months in between. Close to something like that. Or maybe, let me count. 15 months, about 15 months. So this is actually 2 days after Christmas, so it's in the Christmas New Year break. So this is in Ringwood. So for anyone, I've got a map later. I'll see if I can pull it up actually now. So is it this one? Nope. Sorry guys, going through. So this is the map here of all the attacks, so that are actually put with him. And so Ringwood is, I can't see properly. Let me get an actual, I'm just getting it pulled up. Ringwood's all the way over here. Wait, it's all the way on the side. I'm so good at this, so don't worry about it. It's all the way on the very edge of the, I can do left and right. It's on the very edge of that way. So this was a 10-year-old named Sharon Wills. So he broke into the back door of the house he was armed again with a knife and a small handgun. So for anyone who's wondering, like, weren't guns illegal and all that stuff, they weren't illegal until the 90s. I don't know the exact time, but we were still allowed guns until the 90s. And we still allowed guns now, but you have to have a license. But complicated matter. John the father, he woke up. I had this message typed out for a while. It didn't hit send. Okay. John the father, he woke up with something being pointed to his temple, with someone whispering, "Go get some tea then." He had a gun. He thinks it was a gun pointing to his temple, and someone saying, "Don't be a hero." Then Julie, his wife, woke up to a man pointing a gun at her. The family had 4 daughters in the house, so, you know, it's a bit. He forced both the parents on their stomach, again, bound, gagged them, disabled the phone, demanded money. So, again, if you've ever heard of the Golden State Killer, this is why they're compared. Saying, "Oh, I just want money. I don't want anything else. I just want money." So it's very, oh, he's just here for money. If I just do what he says, he's not going to hurt anyone. He's just going to take money. It's a very disarming thing. Yeah, it's very disarming to hear someone go, "I'm just going to have money and not going to harm my family." So, yeah. So, when he goes into the daughter Sharon's, yeah, he actually addresses the daughter by name, like he's known her before, which is rather alarming. He then grabs Sharon, puts tape over her eyes, gags her, and then abducts her. Yeah. Actually takes her from the home. Which, honestly, is the most terrifying thing for everyone involved. Yeah, Jazz, this is why I fucking said this is a lot. Yeah, he takes the girl from the house. So when the parents finally broke free 15 minutes later, go the phones, the phone lines are cut again. So this is a thing that he constantly does, is he cuts the phone lines. And fucking, so they go to the neighbors and so call the police. Sharon says the kidnapper, so again, this is a lot, so warning. For 18 hours, he abuses her sexually. But she was given food, drink. He makes her shower. He brushes her teeth, clips her nails, dresses her in plastic rubbish bags. Make sure that there's no DNA found on her. Clips her nails, cleans her nails, so there's no skin. Washes her. And then, plastic rubbish bags, her clothes are gone. And then drops her off. She's blindfolded the whole time, by the way. And drops her off at the grounds of Bayswater High School. She goes home. And that's like something that they keep saying, like, through the whole thing. He never wants to hurt anyone. Like, he just didn't want to hurt them. He was very, like, trying to be, like, he had this thing inside him that wanted to do all these bad things, but he also didn't want to hurt people. Which is a very, like, mixed thing. Okay. Unfortunately, keeps going. It is so bizarre, Jazz. And there's another not criminal. It's another perpetrator who's very similar, who used to kidnap young boys. This is over in America. It used to I forgot who, I think they called him the babysitter killer. Something like that. And he used to actually take young boys and he used to clean them. But he'd kill them and then he'd clean them and like treat them all nicely, and they'd always have like, yeah, sounds filmer, and he'd have like what, and one of the parents was like, please don't kill my son, like his favorite dinner is this and bliss. And when they found him, he had his favorite meal in his stomach. Like, this is like it sounds like a very like, it must be a certain thing in the head. But yeah. So then we have, how long later? It's not getting like, it's the distance is still saying it's still about the same. So we've got the 3rd of July, 1990. So this one was the last week of term 2. So I have the time here, like term 2 was the 30th of April to the 6th of July. And this is in Canterbury. So this is all in Melbourne for anyone who's, like, these are all in the same area, as you can see. And that sticks with the argument that the FBI is making. And Canterbury is it's right there. Right where the little red dot is. Right there. So, this is Nicola Linus. She's 13 years old. Her and her sister, Fiona, who was 15, were home alone, which honestly is terrifying. That her and her sister were home alone. There's nothing wrong with two teenage girls being home alone. Not saying that. But having this happen to you when you're home alone sounds terrifying, is what I'm saying. So, again, armed with a knife and a gun, broke in through the house through a window, forced the victim onto her stomach before tying and gagging her. Oh, I can't imagine the trauma either. I can't, like, being taken from your home like that, and then taken for a certain amount of, like, days or hours, or... Okay. Ellie, you're breaking my heart. So, Mr. Cruel had told her to take her school uniform with her. He taped over her eyes, drove her to another house, and molested her for 50 hours. Which... gross and... The attacker insisted that it's Nicola. Sorry, I didn't mean to pronounce your name wrong. Brush her teeth properly. She was also given food or drink. She washed, nails cut, all that stuff. Before releasing her at the power station in the suburb of Kew. So she was released 50 hours later. Which... it's KEW. It's a very, like, it's a very well-known, it's a very well-known suburb in Melbourne. Now, this is the slide I wanted, It is a rich person suburb. Now, I want to make this very, very... This one's rough. Because no one knows the answers to what happened. Because we don't know if he escalated, if she fought. We don't know. So. Oh, that's no offense at all. This is Carmine Chan. On April 13th, 1991, at... Oh, I forgot to say the times of all the other places, sorry. At 9:15 p.m, this is the first weekend of the school holidays. This is at Templestowe. Carmine Chan, she's 13 years old. She's recovering from a case of glandular fever. She was babysitting her sisters, Carly, who's 9, and Karen, who's 7. Her parents worked at a Chinese restaurant they ran just 10 minutes away. At 9 p.m, Carly and Karen went to the kitchen. In the kitchen, they saw a man in a black balaclava with white stitching around the eyes and the mouth. He was holding a large knife. He was armed with a gun as well. He had cut through the flywire screen to open a window. He confronted Carmine Chan and her 2 younger sisters and pushed the 2 younger girls into a cupboard and then pushed the bed against it. He spray painted on one of the cars in the Chan home, "Payback, more to come, an Asian drug deal." 4 days before the 1-year anniversary of her abduction, a dog walker stumbled upon a skull at the State Electric Commission terminal station 16 kilometers from the Sharon home. Her remains were found at Eagers Creek, Thomastown. She had been shot 3 times in the head. Homicide Squad Detective Chief Inspector Peter Halloran suggested that Carmine's body had likely been in the shallow grave ever since she was abducted. The 13-year-old's mum said she wouldn't go willingly after seeing media reports about Mr. Cruel's abduction of Nicola Lynn. Nicola Lynn and Carmine were actually, they went to the same school. They knew each other. She had been unsettled because they knew each other. And there's a lot of connections between the fact that they went to the same school. The first attack and the 4th attack were so close. There's a lot. And the FBI have connected saying that the 4th and the 1st mean that he works or he lives in the same area. But yeah, she died because... Yeah, it's a lot to unpack. She died because the mum thinks that she fought. And that is something that you really need to kind of wrestle with, is that a 13-year-old died. And that's a lot. And I don't know. There's a lot of trauma and death now because of one person, and they've never been caught. And that's kind of where we are right now. Sorry, I don't laugh because it's funny. I laugh because I'm uncomfortable. So this is where I was talking about. The first attack was Lower Plenty. Yeah, it leaves them without closure. And that's the only reason I talk about it. If I had an answer to this, if they had an answer to this, if anyone had an answer to this, I would never bring this up again. That's the type of person I am. I don't like talking about things unless we can learn from it, unless we have answers to it. But we don't. Thank you. I just don't feel like if there's nothing we can learn or discuss or like get anything from, there's no point talking about. But this isn't something like we need an answer to it for the victims. We can learn strategies thank you guys. I really appreciate that. I do. Like, I get really nervous talking about these things because I don't want to upset victims. Like, I know they're a lot older now, but I never want to make them feel re-victimized, give them anything, like, upsetting them. I just want to help. That's all I've ever wanted. And if I do anything wrong, always reach out to me, tell me, you could have worded this differently. You could do this. Like, always tell me I'm doing things wrong. Please. Because I don't want to do anything wrong. Like, that's all. That's all. Thank you. Like, I just don't. I just like, as I said, I'm doing this now until I finish my criminology degree. Love you too, Ali. I do this until I finish my criminology degree, and then I'm going out into the world and trying to fix things out there, doing my thing. That's my jam. Thanks, Dad. But so what the FBI has discussed is that it's literally nearly as cool as you, Charles. Nearly. It's literally a 10-minute car drive from Lower Plenty to Templestone, which is the first and the fourth. God damn it, guys. Stop it. Have a batty. Yes, I have my Catarang. If you've seen my gameplay on Fridays, I have a Catarang where I just throw cats to attack things. No, it's fine. I'm always here for everyone. Make jokes, have fun. Yeah, it's a Catarang. It is literally a cat that goes and it goes out and attacks. It's so good. But yeah, Lower Plenty and Templetone are a 10-minute drive. No, it's a cat. Stop it, Ali. I'll fight you. But it's like 10 minutes drive. So let's go through these. I will fight. I'm going to go fight you. So the FBI file was released on April 24th, 1991, actually, right after Catacat. I can deal with that. But so the FBI file was released right after not Nicola Lynn's God damn it, Carmine Chan was murdered. So, and they realized that there was links to another unsolved killing, which they have not released anything about that. Just saying, I have no idea what this unsolved killing is. It just said in the FBI there is links to another unsolved killing. I don't know. I can't. I'm just going off the FBI file. I don't know what they're talking about. Says offender may reside in the vicinity of the first assault. So they think that he lives in this area. But also, like, as I showed in the map before, he could reside. He has to be familiar with that area where he's been attacking. It's like, I keep going back to the Golden State Killer, but it is a very similar attack method, MO, I guess you would say. Yeah, they do. That's in Australia, like, the FBI get called in to do other cases if it's very large. Like because I have the Quantico FBI public release file. Yeah, they get their things. But that's the thing though, like, I don't have a problem. Oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate you being here. I love love other criminology people coming. Like, I just do. I highly adore it. And if you ever, like, want to come and tell a story on stream, like, I have one person coming to do one in a couple of weeks. So you're more than welcome one day if you're wanting. So, bye. Thank you. But yeah, the FBI does do certain cases. I'm pretty sure they were involved in the Ivan Milat case. Okay, thank you. The Ivan Milat case, they were involved in that. Their criminology profile of Ivan Milat case is that the people killing the backpackers were brothers. For anyone who knows anything about Ivan Milat, I'll look into. I'll do that one next. But my beliefs on that is pretty on that. I believe in criminal profiling. I'm sorry. I do think that there were brothers doing those backpack murders. I've got some takes on Ivan Milat. I think it wasn't just him. Anyway, I'll continue on this, but yeah. The criminology profile said it was before they even caught Ivan Milat, they said it was brothers doing this. Okay. And all the murder weapons were found in his brother's house. Okay. Rightio. Let's all ignore that. Anyway, I'm gonna continue with this. Me gets a ticket. Someone you just set me off on Ivan Milat. That it really annoys me because it's like he did it. He clearly did it. Like, I'm not saying he didn't do it. He did it. But I know. I just Peter, you just set me off. That's all. That whole situation just like. Also, who's okay with... Oh, I'm gonna stop myself. I've watched so many documentaries on that man that... I'm gonna stop myself. Okay, let's get on track. Damn, now I'm visible. No, I saw that you were lurking. I just got very passionate about... Yeah, anyway. Okay, so... I can see you. God damn it. Okay, so he's attacking where he's comfortable. Also, not in the FBI doco, but I did state it before that Carmine and Nicola went to the same school. They went to Presbyterian Ladies College, which is in the suburb of Burwood. And that's something that is stated in the FBI file. Where can I find it? The FBI believes that where he lives or reflected in his employment, and that, like, he could work in a school, they've stated, which is horrifying. Can we say horrifying? The FBI really thinks he might have worked in a school, which... There's nothing that I like about that. Okay. FBI believes that it is indicated he lives or reflects his employment. there is the sense of an inside knowledge somewhere, huh? Yeah. Well, that's the thing. He said the girl's name. He goes into her room and is like, hey, come with me. I know your name. It's like, can you not? Yeah, like, he, like, knows where they live. First of all, you just break into randomly someone's house and know that there is a young girl in the age range that you like. Sorry to gross everyone out, but yeah. He clearly chose these places. It's in an area vicinity. 2 girls went to the same school. It always annoys me because you'll find out later that they had DNA, but again, like every other Australian case, they lost it. Yeah, for something different and unusual. It's just so fucking mad. Every case that is unsolved, it's just a little bit of incompetence. So, a high degree of belief that the offender in some way is involved with the school. Yeah. He might work or be connected in some way. Interested in prepubescent children. Gross. He will spend a lot of time with these children in what appears to be on the outside a selfless act. He is there for the children. FBI state that all his work will have earned him awards. Teacher of the Year, Coach of the Year, Volunteer of the Year, that kind of thing. And I've seen people like this that have done dodgy things behind the scene. Like, we've made leaps and bounds in crime solving. Kind of. Like, I've seen really dodgy people, like, who come across... It's like the whole priest thing. I'm not saying all priests are, but it's like hiding in that kind of thing, like saying, oh no, I couldn't possibly do that. I'm serving God. And it's like the whole working for the Scouts. I couldn't possibly do that. I look after kids. It's that kind of thing. It's like we're kind of getting better at seeing that. But yeah, that's a thing that I've seen too. Okay. Sidetrack. There was this guy who was lighting fires all up the coast of America, right near firefighting conferences, while he was at the conferences. Sorry, Peter. But he was going to a firefighter conference, and then he'd go and light a fire off somewhere. How cool? Not cool, but interesting. Sorry, I'm baffled by people's minds. I watch documentaries that I think are like case file. They're like a case file version. I don't know. I need visual stimulation sometimes. And sometimes I only need that one. I don't know. But yeah, it's just fascinating. Yeah. Okay, I'll get back on what I'm doing. Okay. He has filmed his axe. He's filmed his axe. And this is... okay. He has homemade what they call pornography, and I am sorry that I have to talk about this. But I do. Okay. One of the girls took off their blindfold at one point to sneak a look around. And he had a camera on a tripod set up. And he was apparently filming. And that's the worst thing I think I've ever heard of. There's a lot of things that these girls picked up on, and I'm so proud of them for going through all that and picking up on little things as evidence. Like the camera, because that means that there is evidence in this person's house. And they heard planes, which means this is his house is near one of the 2 airports in Melbourne. Like, these girls have done so much for this case. And like, I emphasize, I am so proud of them, like, as children, to be able to do this. Because when you're going through trauma like that, it is so easy to just switch off and not do anything and just, nah, I'm out. I'm out of here. But they're just like, nah, I'm going to pick up on and hyper focus on every little detail. And these girls did amazing. And I know that they're so much, like, they're older than me. But good job, like, seriously. Okay, let's get to this criminal profiling. Okay. So the criminal profiling is, I missed one because I forgot to download it. So number 2 is, he would typically live in a single family residence, one with a garage or a carport. So he's not going to be living in a flat. I love this. I don't know why the idea that someone can, yeah. I can get on to picture of lovely little bean here. Or I can go into all the map. As I said before, I've had a rough couple of weeks, so I guess I was very lazy with the slides. So, yeah. So here. So number 2 is, he would typically live in a family residence, one with a garage or carport. 3. He may or may not live with someone. If he does live with someone, they were absent from the residence during the critical time spans of the offense. 4. If involved in a relationship. I'm glad. I just feel like I've definitely cheaped out on this. I'm sorry. I feel like I cheap out on all of them though, so I don't know if I cheaped out. 4. If involved in a relationship, the partner would be aware of the sexual dysfunction on the part of the offender. The offender's sexual arousal or gratification on the partner's sexual arousal and gratification would be dependent upon the partner acting out a certain role, dressing in a specific manner, such as a schoolgirl in uniform, etc. Thank you. I appreciate that, Peter. I'm glad that that profile didn't gross you out. 5. There's 10 all up, so just warning. 5. Those who work around or with the offender would notice a change in his behaviour after these events. The offender would have trouble coping with the events and would be likely to miss work immediately after the event, or if he did work, would be preoccupied and display an inability to concentrate on the tasks at hand. He would appear rigid, distant, or somewhat incommunicative. This is just important to talk about, so that if you noticed anything, I'm sure no one in my chat would, because I'm pretty sure none of us were alive. Well, none of us were of age to be working with someone. Pretty sure the oldest person would have been 13 in this time. Neither, latterly. I was born in 1993. But no, my partner was around during this time, and he was actually in the city. He said, everyone, yeah, Charles. He said that, yeah, it was pretty scary. I'm 96. Oh, ditto! Oh, you are babies. You're all babies. Except me and Charles, we're old, crooked, old people. Okay. That's how we're each other's dads. Exactly. I'm pretty sure I'd be younger than you, Charles, because I'm December 30. Oh, you're older than me. Huh, interesting. Yeah, you're older than me. Goddamn. Goddamn. Okay. I'll get back. Stop being distracted. In the offender's mind, there is no intent to harm the children. See, this is what I'm talking about. He doesn't want to harm them. The incidents are sexually motivated. That means spy first. Yeah, but man. The incidents are sexually motivated and represent the culmination of a number of psychosocial factors unique to this offender. He has a rich fantasy life which manifests itself through the use of commercial pornography. Don't blame it on porn. Come on, FBI. 8. In general, the offender appears normal and above suspicion to those around him. This ability has enabled him to keep from being identified to date. 9. The offender will also read this article and all probability will attempt to change or control the above behaviors. I almost feel like there is some Freudian stuff in the profile. Like what? Like what would be Freudian, latterly? His attempt to change his behavior will result in his appearing more rigid and over-controlled. 10. Regardless of the ultimate fate of the victim, the offender will experience a great deal of stress, which he will not be able to control. The stress will manifest itself in the aforementioned manners and behaviors. So what they're saying is just ultimately that this person is very rigid and stressed and just like... So... I'll just put here, if you've got any information, there's the Crime Stoppers stuff. There's a little beautiful angel. It was taken too soon. I've got some other information while we go through. There's also 12. There was 12 other people. I don't know what I'm saying. Ignore me. I think that if you've got anything that you want to say, you can say it. I don't think that anything that you say is wrong. Okay, there's still some more people, but if you can head out. Bye, lovely. There was 12 other people, and I like to give them that have been One of the survivors, yeah, I said that. Then there's also 12 other. He's also suspected of attacking up to 12 children in the decades between 1985. And when someone did all these, there are actually, where is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 of them are actually not children. So I don't know how reliable the 6 that aren't children are, because if they're trying to put out that this person is a deviant towards prepubescent children, then is he only attacking children or is he attacking women as well? Because I'm confused. But the 12 that they say are all over Melbourne, so I'm not sure. So I don't really want to give out that information, because it's places like Caulfield, Dingley, Brighton, Moonee Ponds, Greensborough, Hampton, that kind of place. So I don't know. But here's also, just want to give a description of the man as well. So he's a man between 35 and 40s at the time. Is law enforcement forensic is a pretty sus thing to be knowledgeable? Well, my impression, because my mum studied science teaching, right? And to become a science teacher, you do a lot of courses in medicine. I don't know. One of the suspects is a professor at university. Maybe. I don't know. There's just, I don't know. I still think it could be a teacher who knew someone at uni who studied forensics. Like, there's a lot of questions. Like, there's a lot you could get. Like, who knows? Law enforcement, like, law enforcement is, like, always a dodgy one. Because your gut instinct is always, how do you know this much information if you aren't a policeman? I'll always be sus of policemen. I'm sorry. Me who's wanting to join the law enforcement. God. They'll just pull up these and they'll be like, no, you're not hired. But the description of the man is a man at the time, he was between the age of 35 and 40s, slightly built with sandy or ginger-coloured hair, clean-shaven, softly spoken, and according to police, quite caring in his own monstrous way. Thanks, police. Now the man will be close to 70. Description from his victims helped compile an image of Australian's man aged between 30 and 50. This is a different description. Between 173 and 80 centimetres tall with a pot belly. He would often use words like worrywart, bozo, and missy. Someone with a specific interest in children, especially between the ages of 10 and 13. The offender specifically targeted children in their prepubescent stage. Mr. Cruel lived close to an airport. In 2016, there was a $1 million reward available for information that leads to arrest, but police have admitted that some vital evidence which may provide DNA proof has gone missing. There is a suspect called John, because in Australia we do not release suspects' names because unless we charge them. So there is a suspect that actually hasn't been leaked. There are 7 suspects which got leaked by the FBI. There is a second part that bolstered my first impression. What's the second part? There was also Operation Spectrum. At the time Spectrum closing, there was 32 suspects. The evidence gone missing. Yeah. But, Lily, in Australian crime, if evidence doesn't go missing, that's really strange. Most crimes, evidence has gone missing. Yeah, it's unfortunate, but all our crimes, evidence goes missing. It's just so common. It really hurts. We're just lazy. At the time, there was 32 suspects that could not be eliminated. 7 suspects that have been nominated to the FBI in 1994. The file was leaked. I won't be discussing that because I don't want to cloud people's judgment. But 2 of them were really circulated online. You could easily find those 2. One of them's dead. So that's unfortunate because we don't have enough evidence to look into that if he's dead, and he's dead, so we can't get a confession. So if he did do it, shit out of luck. One theory outline investigation by The Australian. I fucking hate The Australian. I don't look at The Australian because it's run by Murdoch. But The Australian said that Mr. Cruel and the Golden State Killer are the same person. It's the dumbest fucking thing I've ever heard. And yeah, that's about it. So, if you've got any information, that's where to go. Please help this little baby angel get some peace. Sorry it wasn't as informative as usual, but that's, it's what I do. It's what I want. Also, fuck The Australian for spreading around that the Golden State Killer and Mr. Cruel are the same person, because that's fucking dumb. Not bad for my first Criminology Monday. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. It was a very peaceful one for today, actually. It was pretty chill. But I will try to avoid children ones again. This is peaceful. I mean, for me, I did less work than I usually do. I normally do a lot more work. Again, I had a complicated time. So, yeah, I normally do a lot more work. I had a 2,000 word assignment. I had emotional stuff. And yeah, so I just kind of did this because there's a lot more information to find on this. I didn't have to scour the what's it called? Didn't have to scour the internet, I guess. I'll just say the internet. I know what I was thinking. Forgot what it was. But yeah, I very much the ones I enjoy are the ones that are I love doing Unsolved because I feel like I'm contributing to something a little bit more, whereas the easier ones are ones that are solved because there's more information. But this one was a Unsolved that had information, which was good. So there are not a lot of Australian Unsolves that have any information, which is a problem. That's something that we really do need to look into as a country, getting that unsolved information out there. So, yeah. I don't know if it's appropriate for me to play music for the end of this, but I'm going to. We'll do some uke time. Is this right? This can be right. Unless Ali wants to change the title for me to something better, because he's better at doing that. Oops. There we go. Oops, my bracelet got stuck in my uke. We're going to shred the uke. Exactly. I like to end my stream with a little bit of music. Play Smash. Play Wonderwall. Play Wonderwall. Cause baby. Do some tuning. Play Smash Mouth's cover of Wonderwall. That, there we go, okay. Smash Mouth.
Well done. You can continue to the...
Okay, I will. Don't do it, Charles. It would be morally wrong.
Well done.
Thank you. I appreciate that. See if I can get this hair out of my face though. What, babe? Fuck you. Oh my god. God damn it, Charles.
Try slowing down the
I'm
tempo in practice
shocked.
mode.
I'm shocked it did terrible. I'm a rascal. I'm a rascal. Cuba de Luke. I'll do this one for my last one.
like to play piano. But I love to play the ukulele. To play the ukulele. To play the ukulele. Yelelelele, yelelelele. I like to dance bachata.
Me
I
gusta.
like to dance merengue.
Me gusta.
King of cumbia.
Sí.
But I love to play the ukulele. To play the ukulele. To play the ukulele.
Well done. You
Alright. Oakley dokley. Well, thank you all for being here, and I hope that I have educated and cheered up after that with some music. And let's see who we can spread on the love to. If anyone's got any suggestions, just yell them at me. I'm always here for them. But if not, I can just I don't know. I'll throw these over here if that's the case. I like your criminology stuff. Your passion for the subject really shows. Oh, thank you. I really appreciate that. Well, thank you all for being here. Like, I really appreciate it. I'm just trying to think of where to throw yous. I like to throw people places. Then through you once? Yes. I can imagine. Onto the ground! Might chuck yous over at a person playing Resident Evil because I scared yous with some crime. Now I'll scare you with a game. That's my aim for life. But thank you all for being here. I really appreciate it. And thank you for the Dragonflower for donating to the charity. I really appreciate when you guys do that. Also, thank you for Imran Krim for being here and donating to me. Can you do a Criminology Monday on the time Fern threw me on the floor because I took her drawing? Oh, I remember that now. She told me about that. Yeah, I will. Okay, thank you all for being here. I'll see you guys later. Bye.